Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today, we're doing something truly special. We're not just opening a book. We're immersing ourselves in a world where ancient legends come alive. Think storm-battered ships battling furious tempests, enigmatic kings wielding incredible power, and, well, royal destinies forged in the crucible of divine intervention and devastating conflict. It's going to be quite the journey into the heart of an empire.
Precisely. We're embarking on an extraordinary deep dive into the chronicles of the Achimara Empire, a sweeping saga renowned for its valor, profound mysteries, and those moments where the divine truly steps into the mortal realm.
Yeah.
Our source material for today, primarily drawn from the foundational chapters of The Night Full Moon, gives us an unprecedented look into this meticulously crafted fictional world.
And here's the fascinating part for our deep dive.
Yeah.
We're going to treat this intricately woven fictional history as if it were factual. Our mission is to extract its most captivating insights, the surprising nuggets of knowledge, and those aha moments that will leave you truly well-informed about the complex mechanics and deep lore of this universe.
Our objective for this deep dive is clear. We're going to unpack the origins of a pivotal, empire-shaking conflict, one that echoes through generations. We'll delve into how a royal lineage was not just established, but, forged through immense trials.
Right.
And we'll meticulously trace the intricate threads of prophecy and the heavy burdens that ultimately shape an empire's destiny. Consider this your definitive shortcut to understanding this rich narrative filled with surprising facts and profound moments that really resonate far beyond the page.
That's right. Today's journey takes us through 4 foundational narratives from the Chronicles. We'll plunge directly into the ominous present day with Eban Vale, Whispers of Eternal Resonance, which immediately drops us into a gripping and mysterious scenario. Then we'll peel back the layers of time, flashing back 25 years to explore the royal saga, strength forged through trials, and the Hawk's Radiance, the Empire's future, to really grasp the Empire's origins and a truly, well, miraculous birth that defied all odds.
It's a very miraculous birth, yes.
Finally, we'll culminate our historical journey with the Golden Vision and the Warrior's Burden, revealing a king's profound and transformative experience and a shocking secret act of mercy that just defies explanation.
And why does all of this matter to you, our listener? Because this isn't simply a captivating tale. It's an immersive study in leadership forged under immense, almost unbearable pressure. It's a profound look at the nature of sacrifice, the unexpected turns of fate that define lives and kingdoms.
Yeah, the real human element.
Exactly. And the enduring, powerful forces of family and faith when confronted with seemingly insurmountable odds. By the end of this deep dive, you'll find yourself pondering the true weight of destiny, the challenging choices that ultimately define heroes, and, the unseen currents that shape entire empires.
Okay, so let's kick things off. The scene described in Eban Vale, Whispers of Eternal Resonance. It just drops us right into this overwhelming present-day mystery, doesn't it? Imagine for a moment being on that ship.
Right.
The Atumara Empire, a realm we'll soon discover is built on strength and light, is currently being battered by a furious, unyielding storm raging across a vast pitch-black ocean. Lightning rips through the sky, momentarily illuminating enormous, violent black waves that crash relentlessly against this colossal war galley.
Yeah, and the ship itself is described as groaning under an immense, unsettling burden.
Exactly. It's almost alive.
This isn't just any ship, and its captain is certainly not ordinary. We are immediately introduced to this enigmatic king, a commanding silhouette cloaked in absolute mystery. His identity, his origins, they're veiled, even from those serving him closely. He grips the ship's wheel with this unyielding resolve, knuckles white, guiding the vessel through this relentless tempest. His determination is so profound, so unwavering, it's almost as if the very forces of nature could be bent, if not broken, to his singular will.
Wow.
Every line of his body just exudes this quiet, yet frankly terrifying authority.
And the cargo. Oh, the cargo itself tells a story of desperate purpose. We're talking about 100 innocent prisoners packed into the ship's bowels, their fear, just a palpable, suffocating presence that permeates the very timbers.
Right. And then you have the revenants.
Yes, and for those new to the lore of Atumera, these aren't your typical ghosts. They're spectral, malevolent beings bound by the dark powers of Morbexa, an entity often described as, the primal force of decay and cosmic entropy within this universe.
Precisely. They're less spirits and more like extensions of a deep, ancient corruption. and they're prowling the decks, their spectral forms flickering ominously under the storm's furious flashes.
Creepy.
And adding to this already precarious load, a heavy cargo of horses, restless and terrified, and massive cumbersome vehicles, all chained securely to the deck. The ship itself, named the Sea Serpent's Call in later chronicles, is described almost as a living entity, groaning like a besieged creature.
Like it's in agony, its ancient timbers straining and protesting under the immense, unnatural strain. You can almost hear the wood splintering, feel the deck vibrate.
The atmosphere aboard is truly visceral, drenched in raw terror. Thunder bellows through the heavens like the primordial roar of some ancient, awakened beast, shaking the very fabric of the storm-ridden night. Each lightning bolt doesn't just illuminate. It brutally rips open the vast, pitch-black expanse of water, stretching endlessly in every direction. For a fleeting second, each flash reveals the terror etched onto the faces of the revenants and the prisoners alike, their expressions frozen in brief, ghostly snapshots of raw, primal fear.
And the sound, the rain hammering down in relentless sheets, a deafening drumbeat drowning out everything but the storm's overwhelming roar. The wind is a mournful, vengeful chorus, howling like a multitude of lost spirits, lashing at the sails, threatening to tear the mighty ship apart, plank by plank. It's a scene of absolute suffocating chaos.
But then, amidst this apocalyptic chaos, something truly otherworldly happens, something that cuts through the storm's oppressive might. The dense, suffocating darkness is suddenly, impossibly pierced by this strange, otherworldly glow.
Right, the double moons.
Exactly. From behind the storm shroud, two massive moons emerge, twin celestial orbs, their silvery light cutting through the chaos like a divine blade. This isn't just a full moon or even two, it's a double full moonlight, a celestial event so exquisitely rare it occurs only once every 100 years.
So its appearance here is definitely not a coincidence. It's a precise cosmic alignment.
Absolutely.
The twin moons, huge and luminescent, hang low in the sky, their radiance described as cold and piercing. They cast this ethereal glow, bathing the ship and surrounding waters in a spectral silver, transforming the turbulent black waves into a shimmering, almost phosphorescent sea of ghostly light.
It must have been incredible to see.
But what's truly fascinating here, and what the chronicles really emphasize, is the king's reaction. While the revenants stare upward, hollow-eyed and transfixed by this powerful, almost sacred phenomenon, their spectral forms even subtly shifting with unease,
Right.
the king's face, partially illuminated by this celestial glow, reveals a glint of determination that honestly borders on obsession.
Oh.
This wasn't merely a journey he had undertaken. The text says it was the moment he had awaited, the precise confluence of cosmic and earthly events he had meticulously planned for.
So he knew this was coming. He planned for this storm, this moonlight.
It seems so. This tells us he's been preparing for this for a very, very long time, and this rare celestial event is absolutely critical to his long-term, perhaps even generational agenda.
Wow.
It suggests a deep, almost fated connection to this specific cosmic alignment, implying he understands its power in a way no one else possibly could.
And then the command rings out, cutting through the storm's roar with chilling clarity. Lift the pendant. The revenants, despite their flickering forms, scramble to obey, gripping thick ropes attached to this massive holy relic.
And the description is amazing. A colossal pendant wrought from ancient gold, its surface intricately etched with dark arcane inscriptions, glimmering faintly under that twin celestial light. It just radiates this aura of immense, barely contained power.
So as that rare double full moonlight finally converges on the pendant, the effect is immediate, overwhelming. A low, resonant hum doesn't just spread. It vibrates through every atom of the ship.
Yeah, that deep, guttural thrum.
That bypasses the ears entirely and settles deep in your bones. It's visceral tremor that feels like the very foundations of reality are shifting. It's the sound of something ancient, dormant for centuries, now roaring to life, claiming its moment.
And the pendant itself. The colossal golden surface doesn't just tremble, it shudders, straining against its ropes with an audible creak. Its etched dark inscriptions not merely glowing, but blazing to life. They pulse with this eerie internal light, shifting from a fiery, almost painful crimson like molten blood, to a foreboding, consuming black that seems to absorb all light around it, hinting at the true, terrifying power now being unleashed.
The visceral impact is immediate and horrifying. The air grows thick and heavy, laden with the metallic scent of burning magic and ancient exotic incense. The revenants, beings of shadow and despair, they falter, their spectral forms flickering violently, unable to withstand the raw energy unleashed.
One even drops his grip on the rope, letting out this raw, almost human gasp of terror as his form nearly dissolves into smoke. Below deck, the prisoners huddle together in abject terror, their shackles clinking softly like a morbid chime. The pendant's hum rattles their chains, sending tremors of primal fear through their weary forms. Some whisper frantic prayers to long-forgotten deities, while others just sit in frozen, silent horror, eyes darting upward.
As if the sky might crack open.
Exactly. The energy doesn't just affect them physically, it seeps into their very souls, igniting a primal fear none dare voice. And then this chilling whisper, barely audible over the storm, from a revenant who somehow maintains his form. This is no mortal relic. This is an unmaking.
An unmaking, what does that even mean?
It suggests something ancient, divine, or maybe even darker, an item capable of fundamental alteration, of changing reality itself.
Again, amidst this overwhelming chaos, the king moves with an almost unnatural calm, a stillness that is perhaps the most terrifying thing of all. His cloak billows against the storm, a stark, commanding silhouette against the violent slashes of lightning that reveal the roiling ocean. With a precision born of mastery, of countless hours of preparation and a profound understanding of this artifact, he raises his bow. The arrow flies true, striking the colossal pendant with what the chronicles describe as shattering force.
But not to destroy it, right?
No, exactly. It's to activate its next terrifying phase.
The result is immediate and cataclysmic. A plume of black smoke, thick and oily, erupts from the pendant. It doesn't just rise, it writhes like a living shadow, twisting and forming these grotesque, ephemeral shapes as it climbs the celestial beam of the double moonlight.
Okay.
It stretches out this unholy bridge of light and darkness, extending endlessly toward the horizon. The king simply washes, then his voice, though calm, carries absolute command. North.
Just north.
Just north. And just like that, the smoky moonbeam, now a precise indicator, illuminates a foreboding landmass in the distance. Ebenvale Island, a terrifying, enigmatic landmass that looms like a specter, almost seeming to coalesce from the very shadows of the sea.
Connecting the dots here, it's chillingly clear that this king's true destination is this cursed island, which he views not as a place of refuge, but as his gateway to the mysteries he pursued.
Right.
So what does this all mean for you, the listener? We've witnessed a king who has meticulously orchestrated a cosmic event, wielded immense otherworldly power through an ancient relic, and journeyed to a desolate, terrifying place under the most extreme conditions. How did he come to possess such power and knowledge?
Yeah, and what deeply personal or empire-shaping agenda drives his journey to such a desolate, forbidden place? This present-day enigma absolutely demands a deeper look back into the empire's tumultuous past, into the foundational events and choices that shaped him and his world. It hints at a long game, a destiny set in motion long, long before this storm.
And with that, we transition, traveling exactly 25 years into the past, into the vibrant living heart of the Atomera Empire itself. Here we encounter a realm described as a beacon of grandeur, wisdom, and resilience.
A stark contrast to Ebenvale.
Totally. It's a civilization forged through centuries of valor, its people embodying unwavering unity, nestled among lush, fertile valleys, towering, snow-capped mountains, and shimmering, life-giving rivers. Its strength isn't just in its formidable, well-trained armies, but profoundly in its deep-rooted unity, a unity that is deeply embodied by its royal family and their unbreakable connection to the people they govern.
The foundation of Atomera, as the chronicles painstakingly detail, is steeped in the worship of god Atum, the celestial guardian whose benevolent influence permeates every facet of life, from the highest echelons of governance to the simplest spiritual traditions of the common folk.
So faith is central.
Absolutely central. Its cities are not merely functional, they are bustling with vibrant marketplaces, echoing with the sounds of commerce and laughter, scholarly enclaves where ancient wisdom is preserved and new knowledge pursued, and grand temples whose golden spires reach toward the heavens, a testament to their unwavering faith.
It sounds idyllic almost.
It truly is depicted as a sanctuary of peace and a bastion of power, its meticulously fortified borders protecting its citizens against the lurking shadows and external threats that constantly test its resolve.
And at the helm of this magnificent empire is King Iberikon, a leader of unparalleled presence and charisma. He embodies strength, wisdom, and foresight in every action. He's not just a figurehead, he's a skilled warrior, a strategic thinker.
Adept on the battlefield and in the court.
Exactly. Ibericon is renowned not only for his profound sense of justice, which guides his every decree, but also for his deep spiritual connection to God Adam, a connection that lends an almost divine authority to his rule.
And beyond his public reputation, the chronicles reveal him as a man of deep emotional capacity, a loving husband, a devoted father to his children, and a dutiful son who held his mother's wisdom in the highest regard.
Speaking of his mother, Queen Mother Cassiphora, she sounds like a pivotal figure, a matriarch whose influence shaped the very essence of the empire.
Oh, absolutely. With her regal demeanor, profound spiritual connection, and boundless wisdom, she was instrumental in molding Ibericon into the wise and formidable leader he became. Her emotional depth and unwavering guidance provided the moral compass that anchored his decisions and shaped his legacy, making her an indispensable confidant.
A quiet strength behind the throne.
Perfectly put, a woman whose calm presence could quell unrest and inspire profound loyalty. Her eyes, the chronicles note, held the wisdom of 1,000 years.
And King Ibericon's personal life is just as rich, a testament to the strengths and different facets of the royal family. He has two remarkable queens, each bringing unique qualities to the court. First, Queen Lucerina.
The Queen of Hearts.
Yes, a paragon of grace and wisdom, universally admired for her nurturing nature and steadfast dedication to her people. Her quiet compassion inspires deep affection. And at this time, she's in the final delicate stage of her pregnancy, carrying the future heir to the Atumara throne.
Which is a massive deal for the whole empire.
Huge. This isn't just a personal milestone. It's a momentous event that fills the entire empire with buzzing anticipation and fervent prayers.
Then there's his second wife, Queen Cantabria. She is depicted as a woman of striking beauty and unmatched valor, admired not only for her adventurous spirit and quick wit, but also for her formidable prowess.
The warrior queen.
Exactly. She is revered as a great warrior, one who fought shoulder to shoulder with the kingdom's finest champions. Her mastery of the sword is legendary, her strategic brilliance on the battlefield earning her immense respect and the awe of even the most seasoned generals. Cantabria brings a vitality and a sense of daring excitement to the court, a truly dynamic force who understands the weight of a blade as intimately as the burden of a crown.
So the entire empire is buzzing with anticipation for the royal birth of Lucerina's child. It embodies the kingdom's enduring legacy, its stability, the promise of continuity. But amidst this excitement, Lucerina herself feels this powerful, almost irresistible pull to visit the ancient temple of god Adam.
Right, across Arcalion's arch.
Yes, that majestic, ancient bridge spanning the Celestine Crossway. She longs to offer her personal prayers for King Ibericon, who is currently away fighting a terrible evil on the distant borders, and for the empire itself. She recognizes the precariousness of their times.
Queen Mother Cassiphora, ever wise and watchful, listens intently to Lucerina's heartfelt request, her wisdom and maternal care evident in her posture. While she deeply admires Lucerina's unwavering devotion, her heart is brimming with concern, a silent worry for the safety of her beloved daughter-in-law and the precious unborn heir.
You can feel her conflict.
Definitely. My dear Lucerina, she tenderly but firmly says, her voice laced with a subtle tremor of apprehension. This may not be the safest time for you to travel. You are so very close to bringing new life into the world, and the roads are unsettled.
It's that maternal care battling with Lucerina's, well, faith and determination.
It is, and Cassiphora's internal conflict is profound, her mind replaying Ibericon's parting words, delivered with solemn gravity. Protect them, Mother, they are my heart. She understands the immense weight of that trust.
So, despite the Queen Mother's lingering reservations, Lucerina embarks on her journey. She travels in a resplendent palanquin, a work of art adorned with rich silks of deep sapphire and glistening gold, its intricate patterns shimmering in the morning light. She is flanked by her most loyal royal servants.
And steadfast guards, vigilant against unseen threats.
The path winds through verdant, lush landscapes, sunlight filtering through the dense foliage of ancient trees, casting dappled shadows on the ground. The melodic chirping of unseen birds accompanies them, creating this deceptively tranquil atmosphere. But despite these serene surroundings, an almost imperceptible undercurrent of unease tugs at the hearts of those accompanying the queen.
As if nature itself senses something.
Exactly. Like an ominous fate awaits their beloved monarch and her unborn child.
Meanwhile, miles away, Queen Mother Cassiphora, burdened with this mix of love and foreboding, retreats to the solemn expanse of the grand graveyard. She kneels at the weathered grave of Emperor Arcalion, her late husband and Ibericon's father.
Praying for her son.
Her whispered prayers, filled with heartfelt lamentations for Ibericon, now marching to war, rise like offerings to the heavens. She visualizes him, carrying his father's legacy like a shield. As she prays, a magnificent hawk, a symbol of divine watchfulness in a Tumerian lore, soars majestically above, its piercing cry echoing through the silent graveyard.
Like it's carrying her words to the gods.
Almost exactly like that.
As Lucerina's procession approaches Archimelion's Arch, that majestic, ancient bridge spanning the Empire's mighty river at the Celestine Crossway, the atmosphere grows thick with foreboding. The river below, usually calm, is now swollen by unrelenting, weeks-long rains, roaring like a warning from the gods themselves.
Yeah, the description is intense. Its turbulent waters churn with a terrifying power. This detail, drawn from the Chronicles, is incredibly ominous, a vivid foreshadowing.
And unbeknownst to Lucerina or her entourage, shadows move beneath the river's surface, dark, indistinct shapes hinting at a silent, lurking harbinger of unseen, monstrous danger.
An ancient malevolence awakening in the depths. Chilling.
Lucerina's journey continues, unaware, eventually bringing her to the temple of god Adam itself. Its golden spires pierce the sky, reflecting the sunlight. The intricate carvings depict scenes of divine blessings and ancient victories. Inside, white-robed priests welcome her with reverence. She kneels before the towering altar, her hands clasped tightly in prayer, her whispered words carrying the immense weight of a queen's profound love, a mother's fierce resolve, and a ruler's duty,
Praying for Ibericon's safe return.
and the protection of their people, and for her unborn child. O great Adam, bless my husband, King Ibericon, and watch over our people in these perilous times. May this child, your servant, inherit the courage of their father, the wisdom of our ancestors, and the grace of your divine light, fulfilling whatever destiny you have laid before them. Her voice, though soft, resonates with unwavering faith.
So what does this all mean for you, our listener? We're witnessing the deep, pervasive spirituality that underpins the Atumera Empire, a faith not merely ceremonial but vital to its very existence.
Right, it's lived.
And we also see the profound love and duty that bind the royal family together, even as King Ibericon is away fighting, and Lucerina undertakes this perilous journey. Her pilgrimage is framed by deep faith and immense personal sacrifice, a quiet act of devotion that speaks volumes about her character.
But that lingering unease, that ominously swollen river, and those unseen shadows beneath its surface, it strongly suggests that Lucerina's journey is far from just a peaceful pilgrimage.
No, it's a precise, terrifying foreshadowing of impending disaster, a direct confrontation between faith and primordial chaos.
And disaster strikes with terrifying speed, as the chronologist recounts in chilling detail. As Lucerina begins her return journey at dusk, the ancient bridge glistening treacherously with rain-slicked stones,
The rhythm is shattered.
utterly shattered by a cataclysmic roar. A monstrous creature, something primordial and terrifying, erupts from the churning depths of the river. It's immense, its colossal form covered in scales that catch the dim light like molten silver, its eyes glowing with an unnatural, malevolent luminescence. Its roar is not just loud, it shook the very heavens and reverberated through the entire valley.
Causing the ground itself to tremble.
Gasps and cries of terror erupt from the guards and villagers alike as the ancient bridge quakes violently under the creature's presence. Soldiers, elite as they are, try to form a protective barrier, their weapons useless against such a monstrous force.
Its sheer size just dwarfs them.
With a thunderous, earth-shattering crash, its immense scaled tail smashes directly into the bridge's foundation. Cracks spiderweb across the ancient stone. The structure groans like a dying beast, and then with one final devastating blow, the creature brings the entire bridge crumbling down into the raging waters below.
Oh my god.
Lucerina, still in her resplendent palanquin, is violently hurled into the misty abyss. In that terrifying moment, her regal crown, though about to be lost, is described as a momentary beacon of hope as she plunges, her final desperate thoughts consumed by King Ibericon and her precious unborn child.
The horror on the riverbanks is immense, a scene of utter pandemonium bordering on despair. Villagers, guards, servants stand frozen, transfixed by the horror, and then erupt into cries that tear through the air louder than the dying roar of the river.
And the news.
Spreads like wildfire across the empire, faster than any messenger could ride. Atumira, renowned for its resilience, is plunged into profound mourning, a somber quiet settling over the bustling cities, punctuated by desperate whispers. Some convinced Lucerina is lost forever, others clinging to a desperate, almost irrational hope of divine intervention.
A miracle.
A miracle in the face of such devastation. It truly is the darkest hour for the Empire.
And divine intervention, a powerful theme in the Chronicles, is exactly what happens. Luzerina, heavy with the immense weight of her pregnancy, struggles desperately in the raging torrents, fighting not just for herself but for the life within her.
And then the labor pains start.
Yes, sharp pangs of labor, agonizing and relentless, begin to claw at her. The monstrous creature, later identified in the Chronicles as Apophyse's manifestation,
Right, the embodiment of chaos.
the very antithesis to divine order, destruction, cosmic malevolence. It looms with terrifying presence over her, its glowing crimson eyes fixated on Lucerina, radiating this primal ancient hunger. It feels like the universe itself is trying to snuff out this new life.
In her terror, and knowing her strength is failing, Lucerina whispers a desperate plea to the heavens, her voice barely a whisper against the storm. "O great Adam, protect my child. If I must perish, let my baby live and fulfill their destiny."
Powerful stuff.
And as if summoned by the sheer force of her prayer, by the purity of her sacrifice, a radiant golden light tears through the storm's oppressive darkness. It's not just a light, it's a magnificent hawk, a creature of legend that descends from the roiling clouds.
The hawk from earlier.
It seems so, or at least another manifestation of that divine watchfulness. Its golden feathers glow with an ethereal brilliance, almost searing the air, and its fiery eyes, burning with divine power, seem to silence the storm's chaos for a moment, commanding all attention, a true miracle unfolding before stunned eyes.
The hawk's power is immediate and absolute, a direct answer to Lucerina's plea. The monstrous creature of Apophyse's manifestation, confronted by this divine force, falters. It recoils, letting out an anguished roar before vanishing beneath the churning waves.
Unable to withstand the sacred light.
Exactly. On the river banks, the crowd erupts, not into screams, but into gasps and cries of astonishment. Then a palpable wave of awe and reverence sweeps through them. Even Lucerina, clinging to life, feels the profound shift, a testament to her unwavering faith and an undeniable, powerful answer to her desperate prayer.
And then, amidst this unbelievable, miraculous scene, Lucerina's harrowing delivery begins. A new, even more profound pain overtakes her, overriding the physical agony of the river. With a final guttural cry that echoes across the water, she delivers her child into the merciless waters.
Oh, into the water.
Into the water. But immediately, a new sound pierces through the storm's aftermath. The newborn's fragile yet defiant cry, a tiny sound of life that stands in stark defiance against the recent destruction. Lucerina, summoning every last reserve of strength, clutches the tiny, slippery baby to her chest, whispering through her tears, "You will live. By the God's will, you will live."
A promise.
A promise to her child and a defiant vow to the universe.
And the Holy Hawk completes its divine rescue, its purpose clear. With a strength that belies its grace and a gentleness that speaks of profound empathy, it lifts Lucerina and her newborn from the treacherous river, carrying them safely through the air.
Wow.
It lands them on the riverbank amidst the stunned, reverent crowd, its golden eyes meeting Lucerina's in a moment of silent, unspoken message, a transfer of understanding and purpose. Then, its divine task fulfilled, it ascends into the heavens, vanishing into the clouds from which it came.
And Lucerina.
Lucerina, awakened from her near-death experience, weak but filled with overwhelming relief, sees her prince, her newborn son, a true miracle, a beacon of hope for the entire kingdom, and a living symbol of the divine purpose that now rests upon the Akamar Empire.
What's truly fascinating here for you, the listener, is the stark, almost poetic contrast. We witness monstrous destruction, the ancient bridge collapsing, a pregnant queen almost lost, the forces of chaos unleashed, immediately followed by this profound, life-affirming divine rescue.
Light versus shadow?
Exactly. It's a powerful statement about the forces at play in this world, a vivid illustration of the continuous battle. And this raises an incredibly important question. What kind of destiny truly awaits a child born under such miraculously terrifying circumstances? A child who literally survived the embrace of primal chaos and the touch of the divine.
How will this unique birth, witnessed by so many and heralded by a literal god, impact the empire and its royal family for generations to come?
The stakes for this child and for Atumira are now immensely high.
Okay, so shift scenes again. Miles away, completely unaware of this miraculous birth and the harrowing events at the Celestine Crossway, King-eyed Barrakan is entrenched in the heart of a ferocious battle. The scene is pure chaos, the clanging of swords, the agonizing cries of the wounded, the shouts of war, and the relentless, merciless attacks of Zarvok's forces.
Zarvok, known for his brutal efficiency.
Right. But then, amidst this brutal cacophony, an unearthly stillness envelops the king. It's a profound, almost dreamlike quiet that settles over him, an inexplicable pocket of calm in the storm of war. A sudden, radiant golden circle materializes directly around him.
Wow, like a shield.
Exactly. Its divine light shimmering and expanding, physically shielding him from the surrounding carnage. Time itself seems to pause, the war frozen in a surreal tableau.
The intensity of the vision that follows is overwhelming, rooting Ibericon in place, his sword hanging limp and useless in his hand. He isn't merely observing, he's transported to a sight that grips his very soul, a connection so visceral it transcends mere sight.
He sees Lucerina.
He sees Queen Lucerina's desperate struggle in the churning river, her fervent, heart-wrenching prayer for their child, the sudden celestial appearance of the magnificent hawk, and then the moment of salvation. Lucerina and their newborn child carried safely to the riverbank.
He sees the whole thing.
The whole thing. And this vision is not just visual. It is deeply, profoundly visceral. He can sense her desperation, hear her whispered prayers with chilling clarity, and even feel the cold bite of the storm spray against his own skin.
That's incredible.
This isn't a mere hallucination induced by battle fatigue. It's an immediate, profound spiritual and emotional connection, a direct line from the divine. Why would such a critical battle, with the fate of his empire hanging in the balance, be interrupted by a divine vision of such immense personal yet imperial significance?
It shows how linked everything is.
It highlights the interconnectedness of fate, family, and the divine in this world, showing that even a king's personal struggles are woven into the grand tapestry of his kingdom's destiny.
As the vision, incredibly detailed and agonizingly real, shifts to focus on the newborn child, Lucerina's fragile cries of pain, and then triumph now ringing out clearly in his mind, Ibericon's chest tightened with an unbearable ache. It's a profound emotional wound he had never known, a raw, protective instinct that consumes him.
He wants to reach out.
He yearns desperately to protect him, to reach out, but the radiant golden circle holds him in place, an invisible, unyielding barrier, forcing him to watch, to understand the full magnitude of this miraculous, terrifying moment. As the vision slowly, agonizingly wanes, the brutal reality of the battlefield rushes back in with a jarring shock. Ibericon is momentarily paralyzed, still consumed by the anguish
Understandably so.
of what he's just witnessed and by unspoken prayers for his family. The trauma of the vision, the overwhelming mix of joy and terror, leaves him vulnerable, exposed in the heart of combat.
And Zarvok, King Ibericon's ruthless adversary, is described in the chronicles as ever the opportunist, a warrior whose cunning matches his brutality. He immediately notices Ibericon's unusual stillness, his momentary paralysis, a vulnerability that no king should ever show in battle.
He sees his chance.
Seeing his chance, sensing the shift, Zarvok raises his gleaming, blood-slick blade high above his head, preparing to deliver what he intends to be a fatal, decapitating strike. This is a truly critical moment. The king, distracted and emotionally fractured by a profound divine revelation, is on the precipice of defeat, perhaps even death, right at the moment of his greatest personal triumph.
The fate of a Tumara hangs by a thread.
Literally.
But, just as Zarvok's blade begins its deadly descent, in a flash of blinding brilliance, a figure streaks across the battlefield with breathtaking speed. The very air crackles with summoned energy as she appears, a force of nature clad in shimmering, almost iridescent armor.
Cantabria.
It's Cantabria, King Ibericon's formidable second wife, who had been fighting on another flank. Her legendary sword meets Zarvok's in an earth-shattering clash, the sound of metal on metal reverberating across the field, a sharp, defiant counterpoint to the sounds of war.
Cantabria moves with a fluidity that seems otherworldly, almost like a dance of death. Her blade, a blur of polished steel, dances with lethal elegance, countering Zarvok's every move with unrelenting ferocity. She fights not merely as a warrior, but as a protector.
Her focus is Ibericon.
Her singular, unwavering focus is on shielding her king from harm. Her movements are precise, powerful, each parry and thrust imbued with the righteous fury of a queen defending her beloved. She forces Zarvok to his knees, her sword point poised at his throat, her eyes blazing with the righteous fury of a queen defending her king, reflecting a primal, ancient loyalty.
This is it, and Zarvok.
This is her moment to strike the killing blow, to end the threat posed by Atumera's greatest enemy.
But just as her blade is about to descend, just as victory and vengeance are within her grasp, Ibericon's commanding voice rings out, cutting through the din of battle with an unexpected, almost bewildering clarity.
No, spare him.
Spare Zarvok. Exactly. Cantabria, understandably, is shocked, her sword arm frozen. Disbelief clouds her expression as she turns to face him, searching for an explanation in his eyes. His gaze is firm, yet deeply laced with an unspoken sorrow, a profound weariness. He raises his hand, his gesture unyielding. Spare him.
The whole battlefield must have stopped.
It seems so. The remaining warriors on both sides staring in stunned silence. Cantabria hesitates for a moment, her warrior's instinct screaming for the kill. Then, with reluctant obedience, she steps back, lowering her sword as Ibericon signals for Zarvok's immediate capture.
Wow. Okay.
The battlefield, moments ago a scene of roaring chaos, falls into an eerie, almost surreal silence for a heartbeat. Then it erupts, not in renewed combat, but in triumphant cheers from the Atumaran forces. Cantabria, still reeling from the unexpected command, approaches Ibericon. She notices the tears streaming down his face, silent and profound, despite the victory.
Cheers after winning.
Yeah. "My king," she asks, her voice hushed with concern. "Why do tears fill your eyes? What has happened to you? Why the mercy?" But Ibericon remains profoundly silent, his form weighed down by an invisible burden, trapped in a storm of unspoken grief, a private anguish that she cannot penetrate.
He doesn't tell her about the vision.
No. Cantabria, perceptive and intuitive, realizes the immense, unbearable gravity of what he must have experienced. She doesn't press for answers, respecting the profound, unspoken pain. Their swift journey back to the palace, though triumphant, is laden with a palpable unease, a secret held by the king that now casts a long, unsettling shadow over their hard-won victory.
This raises an important, even perplexing question for you, our listener. Why would King Ibericon, a ruler renowned for his profound sense of justice and strategic brilliance, spare the life of Zarvok, his most dangerous and personal enemy, who had just attempted to kill him?
Especially right after that vision, that makes no sense on the surface.
Exactly. Why would he do so immediately after experiencing such a profound and traumatizing divine vision of his family's peril, a vision that brought him to his knees? What secret, unbearable burden does he now carry, concealed even from his closest, most trusted queen?
And how will this unexplained, almost unfathomable act of mercy, this profound deviation from his established character, affect the future of the Atumara Empire? It plants a powerful seed of intrigue that will undoubtedly blossom into further complex conflicts and revelations in the chronicles to come.
So, to recap our deep dive today, we've journeyed from the ominous present of Ebon Vale, with its mysterious, determined king steering a ship through a tempest under a double full moon, back to the very origin story of the Atumara Empire. We've witnessed the foundational strengths and the hidden vulnerabilities of its royal family.
We've been immersed in Queen Lucerina's valiant sacrifice, her unwavering faith, and a truly miraculous divine intervention that heralded the birth of a new heir. A child whose very existence is a beacon of hope against a backdrop of terrifying chaos and ancient destructive forces.
And we've grappled with King Ibericon, a powerful ruler burdened by a profound, visceral vision of his family's terrifying peril. Then, inexplicably, he performed a perplexing act of mercy towards his enemy, Zarvok, an act that undoubtedly carries a secret, immense weight that could shape the destiny of his entire line.
The present-day king's resolute, almost obsessive journey to Ebonvale Island, wielding that powerful, colossal pendant under the rare double full moon, takes on an entirely new, deeper layer of meaning when viewed through the lens of this dramatic history.
It really does.
The fate of Lucerina, the miraculous birth of her son, a child we now know from later chapters in the Chronicles, is named Magnum Opus.
A very significant name.
Right, hinting at his immense future significance and Ibericon's unspoken secret, his profound hidden burden, all weave into the intricate, inescapable narrative leading directly to that storm-ridden ship and its mysterious captain.
This deep dive truly reveals that even in worlds brimming with divine intervention, ancient prophecies, and the clash of cosmic forces, the most profound burdens are often born in silence within the hearts of individuals. Destinies are shaped not just by grand battles and divine decrees, but by choices made in moments of both unimaginable terror and inexplicable grace.
As we leave the Atumara Empire at this crucial point in its chronicles, consider this, because it's a question that resonates far beyond the pages of this saga, extending into our own understanding of leadership and human nature. How does a king, a leader charged with the fate of millions, reconcile his deepest personal anguish, his profound insights into hidden truths, and his perhaps unfathomable acts of mercy with his public duty and the absolute need to project unwavering strength and infallible judgment?
It's a huge burden.
And what hidden truths, what unspoken sacrifices or promises might still linger beneath the surface of seemingly triumphant moments, waiting to change the entire course of destiny for an empire, perhaps for all time? The answers, as always, are bound to be surprising and deeply illuminating.